in 1, 2, and 3. Hi everyone, welcome to eLearnChat. This is November 30th, 2011. It is about 8:01 in the morning where we are. It can be another time where you are. Anyway, welcome, and today we've got a special guest, but before that, let me introduce you to Terrence Wing, who's right there next to me to my left. I'm to his right.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Terrence, how are you today?
I'm doing great on this bit of an overcast day here in Los Angeles, but it's still supposed to be nice and warm today. So
Yep,
you
I
know,
think
not
I
to,
think the whole West Coast is overcast right now.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, you want to
So
introduce our guest?
absolutely. This is a kind of the second, not kind of, it is the second time we've gone inside of Open Sesame. And last time we had Don Spears on the show, we were doing a live broadcast at, I want to say Tech Knowledge, or maybe it was ICE. I forget which show it was. But now we've decided to bring Open Sesame back, and we have Josh Blank. He's the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Open Sesame. As VP and General Manager, Josh manages general operations and oversees product development for the e-learning marketplace. So welcome, Josh, to eLearnChat.
Hey, Josh.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having us on.
Oh, more than welcome.
Now, Josh, I never, in 2 seconds, I can never do a bio justice. And as I was reading your bio, you've done some very innovative and interesting things. And I hope that you can kind of share some of your entrepreneurial spirit and tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've created leading up to Open Sesame.
Sure. Well, I think Open Sesame is the fourth company I've been a part of its founding, and all the others are still operating. But going back, I've always been into starting companies and getting ideas from just an idea to actually operating. And so I've done everything from a startup that did web and e-commerce development to wireless internet access, and then most recently in the last 10 years, I've been in the e-learning industry with a learning management system company focused on a pretty niche market in manufacturing, construction, and distribution. And that's where I really started to understand the world of e-learning and all the benefits and some of the challenges. And from that, that experience led us to see a real need for what we're doing at Open Sesame, and that's making high-quality e-learning content much more easily accessible to people who need it for their organizations.
So tell us a little bit about Open Sesame and what it is and basically what gap it fills.
Sure. So in my previous business with the learning management system company, our salespeople would often come to us and tell us they had a customer who wanted to buy the learning management system, but they weren't going to buy it until we could offer them a package of content to go with it. They didn't have resources internally to their company. They didn't want to pay us to custom develop every course they need. And so, we thought, well, gosh, there must be some alternatives out there. We presented some of the major package content players to them, and they weren't satisfied for one reason or another with them, mainly due to the large contracts required to get involved. And so we said, well, we were seeing what was happening in other kind of analogous markets where you had offline content that was being digitized and moving online, and these marketplaces were developing around that. Everything from just YouTube with videos to iStock photos in the business-to-business space. And we thought, well, there must be something here for people in e-learning that we could offer our customers. And we searched high and low, and we heard about some efforts that had been tried in the late 90s before the technology was adequate, and we really couldn't find anything out there that would allow people to buy e-learning courses, just what they need, when they need it, no contracts, and have it work in whatever learning management system they had without any custom development or IT support from their IT organizations. And so we saw a major gap there with people who are buying e-learning, have a real challenge sometimes in finding what's available out there. They often, start with a Google search, which leads them to, generally dozens of different websites and providers with content, but there's no central way for them to compare and contrast or read reviews. And so we thought we could take some of the concepts we were seeing in these analogous marketplaces and apply them to e-learning, and that's what we've been doing over the last year. We built out the marketplace technology so that it's very easy. Anybody who creates e-learning or any large publishers can load their content into the marketplace, and then people that are buying can come search centrally, compare and contrast the various courses that they're looking for, and then easily buy them just like they're used to buying products from Amazon or shoes from Zappos. It's a very simple e-commerce checkout process, and then they can load the content directly into their learning management system.
So which kind of is a good lead into my next question. What's the value proposition for an e-learning developer who's out there? They have a library of courses, or they plan on creating a course. What's the value for them to come to OpenSesame to showcase their work?
Sure. So we offer a couple of things to sellers. Most importantly, what we hear from sellers is they need help finding buyers. They don't have large, multinational sales forces to be calling on companies. So we can help there through our direct sales efforts, through our marketing efforts. We're doing a lot of search engine and direct marketing to help bring buyers to their courses. So that's really the primary thing that developers look for us to provide. And then, secondarily, we provide some technology that really helps them. Number one, we have our delivery platform allows the courses to be delivered in the buyer's learning management system, but we never lose control over the course developer's intellectual property. So if a buyer buys 100 seats to a course, when they reach that limit, when 100 users have taken the course, it prompts them to buy more seats. They don't have access to the files themselves, so they can't violate their license agreements. And that's a big deal for a lot of sellers to be able to monitor that, because generally today they have to release the full SCORM or AICC package to the customer, and then they've lost control and can't really monitor that. The other infrastructure piece we provide for sellers is central management of their courses. When you've got dozens of buyers who have your content today, and you need to make a change, either you discovered an error or there's some new information that you need to add to the course, you have to go out and remember who all has your course files, provide them updates, get them to install in their learning management system. But with OpenSesame, you just have to update it into one central location, and it automatically notifies everybody who has the course that there's a new version available, much like you see on apps that you've downloaded onto your iPhone or Droid device, that you get notified when there's a new version.
Interesting. Is there a version for the iPhone, just out of curiosity?
There is not currently a version for the iPhone yet, but we're very interested and been doing a lot of R&D in the mobile space, both on the phone device and we think more importantly on the tablets, the iPad.
Okay. Now, your content is authoring tool independent, correct? And you can develop it in any kind of authoring tool, Articulate, Captivate, Lectora, whatever tool is out there, and then it'll serve it up.
Yeah,
do you provide a tool too, or?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you provide a tool too?
We do not currently provide a tool. Like you said, we're completely agnostic. We can take content from any one of those tools in most formats today. SCORM 1.2, 2004, AICC, pure video. We have a tool that can take just a straight video file and wrap it in a SCORM package so that you can add bookmarking and reporting on progress into a learning management system. So today we're completely agnostic, and we will always support all the tools.
That's great. Now, out of curiosity, only because I'm pretty heavy in the e-learning market, Are there any specific tools you see more of being loaded into OpenSesame?
I don't see a clear leader. We've got a lot of stuff that was produced on the major platforms you just described: Articulate, Captivate, Lectora. We do have a lot of content that it seems to be custom developed to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Flash,
Okay.
and so forth. And we're seeing some very early stuff that's done in HTML5. And I'm not sure if they're using some sort of tool for that or if they're just having to hand build that today.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think I was reading in Kelly's blog that, and Kelly does a great job with blogging and representing you guys.
Yeah, we agree wholeheartedly with that.
Yes, great. She had mentioned that I think you're up to 3,000 courses now.
Yeah,
And that might
exactly.
even
We
be
just
dated.
passed that mark about 2 weeks ago, which was really exciting for us because we had set a goal when we launched the business last November. We said we wanted to be at 1,000 courses by the end of 2011, and we've been accumulating content much faster than that. So we're very excited.
Great, great. So we'll be seeing your IPO pretty soon then.
I don't know about that, but we definitely have. Our team is really poised for growth. We're really challenging ourselves to grow as quickly as we can to be able to offer high quality content to those who need it.
Now, if you have independent authors or smaller companies that want to host courses, is that done on a hosted basis, or is it done on an e-commerce as the courses are sold, then they get charged a percentage? How does that work?
Yeah, there's no fees or anything to participate and load your courses. You only get paid on when we successfully deliver you a sale.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, you only get charged our sales commission when we successfly sell your course.
So it's kind of like the Kindle store, that kind of thing.
Exactly like the Kindle store and the iPhone app store. We basically looked at those examples and a few others in the wild and saw what was working well and utilized some of their same business models.
That's great. And for all of you out there, we're going to have some courseware out on OpenSesame very soon. We're planning. We're developing some stuff right now. You'll be hearing from us.
Great. We love it.
I'm sorry.
So like the Android and the iPhone markets, there's great apps that are changing the world, and then there's apps that you download it, and after you've tried it for about 5 minutes, you've uninstalled it from your Android or your iPhone. How do you monitor the quality of the courses, since you're not into content creation, you're just a curator of the content? How are you ensuring that the buyer is actually getting the quality that they would expect based on the value that they're spending with money?
Sure. We kind of break that down into 3 levels. The first is, does the course technically work? And so when buyers load content into the marketplace, we run a series of automated tests to make sure that that the course will properly validate, that it will complete and report its status to learning management systems, that it is able to play in the various browsers that are out there. People in companies have everything from Internet Explorer to Google's Chrome to Apple Safari. So we have to make sure that the content and courseware will play across a majority of those browsers. So we have a series of automated tests that handle that. And then at this point in our business, because we're so young and the marketplace concept is so new to e-learning, we're hand reviewing every course for basic instructional design principles and aesthetics, and make sure at least it appears to us to deliver what the promise from the provider is. The third level of courses is the content fit for service, and that's an area that we obviously can't review every course for, because we don't have subject matter experts in all the types of content that we're getting. So we believe that that's the responsibility between the buyer and seller to make that decision, and we provide several tools for that. Number one, we have the ability to preview a course, so sellers can allow buyers to take anything from a short snippet to the full course before they buy it, so that they can review the content. Sellers can put their background and credentials into their profile so that buyers are confident that they're interacting with somebody who does have the subject matter expertise to deliver on their promise. And then finally, we have a 5-star rating system that allows prospective buyers to kind of choose courses that have been taken and viewed by others. Obviously, since we're so new, we don't have a lot of those reviews yet in the system. But over time, as the marketplace develops, we think that will be a valuable tool. Just like we're all used to doing when we buy something from Amazon. At least myself, I always spend some time reading the reviews. If I'm choosing between one camera or the other, or one particular book, I like to see what other people have to say, and we think that's a very powerful endorsement method. So over time, as we grow, that's going to be one of our most important methods of determining course quality and value.
That's great. Now, Josh, we have three screenshots from Kelly that we got. Did you want to review some of those screenshots?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Let me
Let's see.
I'm going to look to my monitor on the right so I can see what we're looking at. So this first one looks like it is our search results page. So after you've done a search or browsed for a course, it will bring up the ones that are most relevant to what you're looking for. You can read a short intro description. You can review the per seat pricing, and then at the top of the screen, you'll see some drop-down menus, and those are our course filters. So we give you a lot of different tools to filter on. You can filter by seat time, price, language that the course is in, features of the course. Show me only courses that have interactivity or gaming, or show me only courses that have video, or show me courses that don't have video or audio because I'm delivering to an audience that has computers without sound. So we give you a lot of tools to filter and slice and dice the results and narrow down to what you're looking for.
Okay, and
now
here's
it's a little difficult to see, but is one of those tabs language?
Yes.
Okay, so you offer courses in several different languages?
Yeah, exactly. So we've translated the site, or most of the site, not every page, into about 6 or 7 languages so far. We have several hundred courses in Chinese. We're starting to get courses in French, in Spanish, in Russian. So we view this as a global marketplace, and over time hope to develop a really rich library that spans the globe.
Sounds good. Now we have the second screenshot up.
So this is our high-level course category page, where you can see the top-level categories we offer in the marketplace: business skills, compliance, safety, desktop, IT, and a couple of other high-level categories. And this is where we can feature and provide some promotional real estate for our course sellers. So you see in every category, we have some of the more popular courses featured by seller. We can rotate those out over time, so different sellers can have a promotional spot, and it makes it really easy for buyers to quickly find a course that meets their needs.
That's great.
What's the criteria for sellers to get on that page?
It's a secret.
Okay.
No, it really, just usually we have a conversation with them, understand, the features and benefits of their course, what makes it good, and then, we're more than flexible with featuring different courses there, and then of course we also look at our usage data of the courses, our sales data, and promote ones that appear to be more popular, and over time, as we actually get more data, we'll be able to automate that, much in the same way that Amazon or some of the other marketplaces are able to, promote bestsellers or most reviewed. But today, obviously, when we're just starting out, we're doing that by hand in a lot of cases.
All right, now we've got the third screenshot up.
Okay, and that is that's our homepage. Again, we have some more real estate for promoting specific courses and course categories. We have a short video that gives both buyers and sellers an overview of OpenSesame and how it works, and then just some general headline items from our blog.
That sounds good.
Now, I noticed on the first page where you had the highlighted courses, it looked like the ranking was starting to get a little light. Is the ratio of buyers versus sellers where you're looking for it to be, or are you still building that balance?
Well, definitely still building that balance. I mean, obviously, for any marketplace to be successful, you need both buyers and sellers. And we've been focused this past year, our first year, really on building the library so that we can meet the needs of most of the people that come. We get, of course, all of the general inquiries. We need, sexual harassment training. We need, or prevention training. We need safety training. And but then we get a lot of obscure, requests too that you wouldn't even imagine from the hospitality industry. People looking for courses on how to get rid of bed bugs, as one example of a pretty unique request. So we've been really focused on building the library, and we'll continue to do so. But we have had some early sales traction. We are getting a lot of people who are buyers each month coming through and purchasing courses. We've had some pretty big sales with a few name brand customers that haven't given me permission to use them as a reference yet. But so we're starting to see some good traction on the buyer side, but we're definitely still early on in that area in building the balance between buyers and sellers.
When you get a request, whether you think it's a one-time request or whether you think it's the initiation of a possible trend, do you send out RFPs to development teams to say, hey, we've gotten 3-4 requests on bed bugs, and if anybody out there can create e-learning, here's a great opportunity for you?
Yeah, we do that very informally today. Not a very formal RFP, but we contact some of the course developers that we know in that particular area and ask them do they have anything that doesn't happen to be in our marketplace yet, or can they create something and get it for sale? And we've had some great success stories there. We had a customer who was looking for training for their sales engineers. They're a telecom company on the latest Cisco operating system, and nobody had this course yet. In fact, it didn't exist at all because the OS was so new. But one of our providers had the content and the curriculum for delivering it in person, and we told them we had this opportunity, and they were able to quickly turn their in-person curriculum into an online course and meet this customer's needs. So that was one success story. We will be rolling out early next year some features to support that better. So for courses that aren't available, a request can go out to the community of course developers to meet those needs through the marketplace.
Sounds good. Now, if anybody needs to get a hold of you or anybody at OpenSesame, what's the best way to contact you guys?
Sure. Well, for general inquiries, just going to our website at opensesame.com and clicking on the contact button sends it right into our ticket management system, and we try and follow up with those that same day. Anyone can email me directly, josh.blank@opensesame.com. And of course, our phone number is posted on the website. We're happy to answer calls, via phone too. So, any way you want to get in touch with us, we're happy to take your call.
Sounds good.
And Twitter, I'm sorry, Twitter is Kelly's mans our Twitter account and is available to communicate through that, and we're at OpenSesame.
At OpenSesame, okay.
Yeah, she does a great job with
She
that.
does.
I see her even in the ELearnChat chat sometimes, and she's all over the place with that brand. So that's
yeah, we love Kelly. She does a fantastic job running all of our social media and helping customer service and support.
I take it that was her giggle that we just heard and not yours.
Yes. Yeah. And if she wasn't here, I'd still say that.
Is that a gun pointing? No, I'm sorry.
You know, and I don't see you wearing your blue hoodie. What's up with that?
Oh, I thought I should, you know, be a little bit more formal since I was being captured on camera today. But I'll put the hoodie right on as soon as we're off.
For anybody watching, if you're trying to figure out, well, what do I mean by the hoodie? If you go to any of the learning conferences, whether it's DevLearn or ASTD's, Tech Knowledge, ICE, you'll definitely stop by the OpenSesame booth. And I don't know if this is your plan going forward, but they throughout the conference, you see nothing but people wearing blue OpenSesame hoodies. So that's what I meant when I asked Josh about his hoodie.
We love the hoodies, and we're constantly thinking of ideas to improve on that, but we haven't so far, and a lot of people seem to love the hoodies, so we'll stick with that for a little longer. Are
you guys going to be at Tech Knowledge in January?
You know, I'm not sure exactly our conference schedule yet. We'll definitely have people there, I believe, at several of the conferences this spring, but I don't know our exact schedule, but we can get that to you guys a little bit later.
Okay. Well, I'm sure Kelly will keep us posted on social media sites.
Exactly.
Well, Josh, is there anything else you want to promote or tell us about here? We're going to wrap up the show.
Especially something secret nobody knows about.
Yeah. Well, no, I really appreciate the time today, and you know, we'd be glad to entertain anyone out there who's looking to promote their courses or sell them. We'd be happy to help you get that going. And if you're looking for content, you know, we believe we have a great offering today. You know, very simple to buy from us. No long-term contracts or commitments. It's very easy to do business with us. So we'll be glad to help you in any way you want.
Sounds great.
Yeah, this is definitely the right place to send that message to. Being eLearnChat, we have a lot of developers that watch the show.
But that's fantastic. We're big fans ourselves, and we appreciate what you guys are doing too.
Great, thanks so much.
That's great.
Well, I think that wraps up the show. Thanks so much,
we
Josh.
actually kept it to time today. This is a rare one. We've been trying for months to just do a half hour so that we don't lose people, but we actually succeeded today.
Yes, that's a good thing. We're getting better at this thing, Rick. And next week we have Mark Ohlert, and he is our resident anthropologist, and he's going to be talking about social media for learning. So that will be next Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to watch our archives. You can go to elearnchat.com. And every episode of eLearnChat is neatly archived and saved there for your viewing pleasure and your research. So hopefully we'll see you there too.
Well, great, everybody. Have a great day. Have a good week wherever you are. Give Josh a call. Get into OpenSesame. You have to say OpenSesame and it opens up. It's kind of like the old movies. Anyway, we really appreciate you having you on today, Josh. Terrence, till next week. We'll see you all on eLearnChat.
Great. Thanks everybody.
Guys. Have a good one, everyone.